Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a kickboxer standing 5 feet 8 inches tall. Official weight 139 3/4 pounds. His professional record in 2 bouts stands perfect with 2 victories and no defeats. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, here is the undefeated Joey El Cazador Ruque. And across the cage stands his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. A freestyle fighter standing 5 feet 5 inches tall. Professional record in 5 bouts, 4 victories and 1 defeat. Fighting out of Wapato, Washington, here is Gustavo.
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
Winning matchup here, Combate Americas goes Hollywood. Let's see if they present some high drama as we are underway. Gustavo Lopez trying to potentially get on the inside of Joey Roque. And Benny, I think it is without question fair to say that Roque is going to try to use that reach advantage.
Yeah, and especially the kicking. And you can see that Lopez, that's what he's braced himself. You can see him leaning back there, leaning back, because he's very much aware that Roque is going to come in with a kick. The thing to watch out on Roque is the following, that when he kicks, he's got to be careful not to lean, and that's where Lopez can counter.
I think it's a feeling out process. Neither fighter has thrown a punch, and we are about 50 seconds in, so they have such a great deal of admiration. Now they mix it up, a right hand that comes across the top, grazes Lopez by Roque.
And Roque was talking about the fact that he knows that Lopez likes to fake a takedown and then come over the top with a right hand. And that's where he says he's ready for a knee. Plant the knee right on the skull of Lopez.
Well, let's see if Gustavo Lopez can potentially get Joey Roque down to the ground, or if he's going to like to stand and trade. I'm actually interested and a little perplexed that Roque has not thrown a jab as of yet. The only significant strike that we've seen on behalf of Roque has been the right cross that caught Lopez momentarily.
Well, you think with a significant reach advantage that would be something that Roque would be trying to do, implement that jab and try to go ahead and use that reach advantage and also the kick. But maybe what he's planning here is the kick. That's why he's leaning back. Good right hand.
Catches him right over the top as Lopez dropped his left hand, and immediately Roque threw it right over the top. And Andrea, right now, both fighters seeming to not want to make a mistake.
I think right now, usually the first 2 minutes of every fight, you know, the opponents want to measure their distance, to try their opponent to try to measure, you know, their movements, their hip movements, to see their weak points. So I guess that's what we're seeing right now in this first two minutes.
And as Lopez gets on the inside, he gets tattooed by a sharp right hand that caught his cheek. But still, Lopez remains steadfast, and he's closing the distance as he goes for a takedown. Against the cage goes Joey Roque. Roque remaining upright. Some good sprawl and brawl tactics from the 23-year-old out of Las Vegas, Benny.
Yeah, but Roque, great job, and kind of a semi-flop, and he's able to go ahead and use that leverage to get himself out of that. And this is Lopez's comfort level. If he can take the pressure and put Roque against the cage, that's his comfort level. Roque, on the other hand, has to fight in that middle of the ring.
Roque wants to use every inch of the Combate Americas cage. A lovely cage that we have here in Hollywood, California, but you know, he's been a little inactive, and if you're inactive, I think that favors one Gustavo Lopez, who's more relying on single shots and power instead of the volume that we were expecting out of Roque.
And one thing that Lopez is doing right, he's switching between conventional and southpaw. And a lot of times what that does is that makes a fighter lethargic, and especially from the southpaw side if he is a conventional-sided fighter.
Well, now we're seeing that Roque is starting to maybe walk down a little bit of Gustavo Lopez. They are in the body clinch now as Lopez trying to get Roque down to the ground. but still it is Ruque. Nice job to remain with his vertical base. A body lock now by Gustavo Lopez out of Wapato, Washington, seeing if he can get a little bit of a judo throw, almost there, but to no cigar, as Ruque showing great athleticism to keep himself standing.
And that's that Sambo training. Sambo is so good. The Sambo masters are so good at establishing leverage and getting themselves out of those situations where the other fighter is trying to impose his weight on him. So a great job right there by Ruque.
I completely agree with you, Ray Flores. Benny Ricardo, Andrea Calle here. Cage side for Combate Americas here in Hollywood, California. The final 35 seconds approaching of round number 1 in what has provided in spurts non-stop action. More of a feeling out process, but it looks like that is starting to go by the wayside, as we're seeing again that Gustavo Lopez goes from conventional to southpaw. And Benny, I think it's fair to say that when he keeps doing that, he's almost confused because he doesn't know how to get on the inside of Joey Ruque.
But Ray, what I saw was the kick. From the southpaw, he wants to kick, so that's something to look for.
And now it is Joey Ruque trying to throw some shots, and that is the end of round 1.
I have to agree with you. The trade-up takedown was done by Gustavo Lopez, and I think the judges like the person that is applying more pressure. So in that case, first round, I would also give it to Gustavo Lopez.
Well, Lopez again continues to go from conventional to southpaw and so on and so forth, whereas Ruque now is kind of coming forward, lands a nice head kick that grazed the chin of Lopez. Had a nice takedown though by the 26-year-old out of Washington State, as now he has Joey Ruque inside control.
Well, from the corner of Ruque, they told him he's got to step it up. He's got to step it up with the action. He's got to go ahead and bring it. He's got to use what he does best, and that's the kick. He's got to use his kick, and that's something he hadn't been using. So right there kind of faltered because of the fact that he leaned, and then Lopez was able to get leverage on it.
Well, right there you saw a full mount attempt by Gustavo Lopez, but he is in the half guard of Joey Ruque. Let's see if Ruque can utilize his long limbs in order to try to maybe secure a submission. However, right now, he is just trying to get himself back on the feet, whereas Lopez is dominating now in half guard and looking for potentially side control. But I think he's content at this point, Benny, to remain in a dominant position. He's trying to get that left leg on the right arm of Joey Ruque and isolate it. That way he can throw some elbows. But nice job. That's some jiu-jitsu standout out of Joey Ruque to keep himself from absorbing a lot of elbow strikes from close quarters.
But Ray, you know what? He's using up a lot of energy. That's a lot of energy he's using down at the bottom there and trying to go ahead and sustain the weight of Lopez. Lopez right now, he calls himself a grinder. That's what he's doing here. He's perfectly patient to remain here and just grind away, you know, establish that nice grapple hole right there on him.
He's pounding away on the side of the head of Joey Ruque. And Andrea, right now we are seeing that Gustavo Lopez has really kind of gained control of the fight as we are approaching 3 minutes to go in the second round.
I agree with you. We see Gustavo really has done the pace for this first 2 minutes of the second round. He has the control. He did the takedown, and you know, Joey hasn't been able to get out of. Right there we see a possible
rear naked choke attempt for Gustavo Lopez, and now he's just teeing off on Joey Ruque. Gustavo Lopez trying to get the right arm underneath the chin of Joey Ruque. Ruque, nice job to slide around and get out of that bad position. Nice job to escape via the back door. And now he remains in half guard. A little bit of a sprawl there that we saw as Ruque was able to get out of that bad position. But now he is once again in half guard, where Gustavo Lopez is more than content to land elbow strikes from very close distance, Benny.
And then from that half guard, he's putting that weight on him and stuff. He's trying to get that 90-degree turn on that one side there. But Ruque is very, very slick. He's almost like a snake slithering his way through there to avoid any kind of good solid hold on the part of Lopez.
Well, and the more you decide to go ahead and now full mount for Gustavo Lopez, this is not where Joey Ruque wants to be in whatsoever. Now he is just kind of giving up his back momentarily, going for the rear naked choke attempt. Is Gustavo Lopez some sprawling now as he's trying to get the left leg loose. Right now we can see from our broadcast position that it is half guard once again for Joey Ruque. Gustavo Lopez pounding away, trying to pound away on Joey Ruque. If he can get that left arm loose. He's trying to control the hips of Joey Ruque.
And Ray, if he can push that head down just a bit, so you push that head down and then rest his elbow on there and then hook that arm behind it, you could possibly right there.
He's unloading to the
right
side of the head. And now the left arm is underneath the chin. We'll see if Ruque can fight it off, but right now it is Gustavo Lopez trying to get the rear naked choke attempt. The left arm is underneath, and now he's pounding away, and he turns around to give up his back, and now some elbow strikes. Gustavo Lopez is dominating the second round here in Hollywood, California. The left arm is underneath, the tap is there, the rear naked choke, and this one is over as Gustavo Lopez comes in and improves to 5-1. He is the first blemish on the record of Joey Ruque. A dominant performance out of Gustavo Lopez.
Yeah, it was.
Reach did not matter in that contest, Benny.
Exactly, because Lopez did what he had to do. He closed the distance, but you know what? At the end of the day, Ray, it was a conditioning. He wore him out, was on top of him. He was trying to get that rear naked choke, and he finally got that on. The left arm was able to come around behind him. Great leverage. But the thing that's impressive about Lopez is how calm he is during a fight. It looks like he's not using up any energy whatsoever, and that's a great comfort level for a fighter, because 40% of most fighters' energy is used in nervous energy.
Here we're seeing the dominance of Gustavo Lopez as he was just teeing off, and powerful shots from full mount there to Joey Ruque. And here we see again just full mount after full mount, just kind of bludgeoning Joey Ruque. Gave up his back, did Ruque. And then we saw Gustavo Lopez go ahead and close the show as the left arm got underneath the chin of Joey Ruque. Here we see it again, just brilliantly done by Gustavo Lopez. He was ferocious. He sensed that the end was near, and then Ruque gave up his back and then secured the rear naked choke.
See that left hand? See the left hand right there when he locked it?
And the tap was there, and there we see the victor, Gustavo Lopez. We'll send it up to our cage announcer, Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at the official time. 4 minutes, 6 seconds, round number 2. We have your submission. Tap by arm triangle for your winner, Gustavo Lopez.
Yeah!